Well, here you are back on Night Sounds, Barry and Joe with Emmett Kai.
Woohoo! What's up?
Hey, all right.
Hey, you don't look like you're in New York City.
Oh, wait, hey, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. You got a Stanley there? Nice.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah.
He's got his wife Stanley there, I think.
Hey, she bought me a Stanley because she knows I love orange. So
come on, dude. You don't have to lie to hang out with us, dude.
Drinking out of love. Yeah.
Everybody Stanley is somebody's wife Stanley.
Exactly.
Yeah, pleasure to be here with you guys. Thanks for having me on. I heard a lot of great things. Happy to be here.
Likewise, dude. You got this new album coming out. I think Joe's drinking some whale milk out of that thermos right now, but you got an album called Whale Milk.
That's right. That's right.
And you seem like you're a producer at heart. Are you?
I am. Yeah. No, I definitely enjoy being in the studio with people and being creative over being socially on the road, I think.
Well, I mean, because on the road is so hard. I mean, you're away from all the stuff that you really like. You can't just like hang out in the backyard talking to people. That's that's why the internet's so cool. You could do business and pleasure at the same time.
Totally, Joe.
We might get an Aurora Borealis today if we keep this interview long enough. You know what I mean? Is that what you're up there for? Where are you?
No, well, I'm from California originally, actually. I've been living in the Hudson Valley for the last 3 years, lived in Brooklyn for 3 years before that. And I took a little trip out west to hang out with some family and some friends and stuff like that. And I totally missed the Aurora Borealis. I was looking out for it. I was outside looking for it. I guess I didn't stay up late enough.
It's still going on, man. It's just the biggest, well, if you're listening at the time that we're recording this, I mean, by the time the people hear it, it's way gone. They got to wait for the next Aurora Borealis bus to appear.
I don't. Well, how far?
Did you guys catch it?
In Arizona. People in Arizona were checking it out. You're all the way down, really? Even in Florida.
I know that people. I have a friend in Colorado Springs, and she actually sent video to our Slack about it, and it was awesome. And I didn't know it was getting that far down. Sacramento's the same area, but you didn't maybe.
I've been bouncing around. Dude, I'm just doing the best I can.
Aren't we all? I don't think it's hitting LA. I don't think it's getting this far.
No,
down.
People drove up to the mountain to look for it at like 4 a.m, when you could just go to Palmdale or something without light, but they went up there and all they could see was a white glow. And I guess you need a long exposure camera to get the greens and purple.
Way. Is that right?
Here in LA, that's how it went down. Yeah. But if you can see stars, you can see it probably all the way down to Florida.
No way, man. I've seen it before. I went to Alaska when I was a kid, and I saw Aurora Borealis out there, man. That was cool.
Awesome. You know what? I'm just gonna wait until you feel crazy and go play a show in Iceland, and then we'll fly out.
Yeah, we'll get you out there.
And then
dude, you guys seem like two cool guys to hang out with in Iceland. That's for sure. That was my first impression of you two.
Well, if you
Iceland through Amsterdam first, and then maybe it'd be okay. We'll figure it out.
I'm Bert and he's Ernie, and we'll have a good time in Iceland. So you've been making music yourself for over 6 years, right? Emmett Kai, is that right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been putting music out under my name for like the last, I guess, 6 or 7 years. And then, but before that, man, I played in bands and I DJ'd a lot around the Bay Area and LA, and and I would do little little tours around the country and stuff like that, playing clubs and stuff like that, whatever. But then, I kind of worked up the courage to start releasing music under my own name, and here we are.
Hey, what was the difference between because you lived in LA and you did that, and then you lived in Brooklyn and did the club scene there? What's the difference between the two? Were the crowds different? Was just like the music that people wanted to hear different? What was your impression?
Yeah, I mean, good question. I mean, first off, I've actually never properly lived in LA. I'm from the Bay Area, so I'm from Northern California, right outside of San Francisco. I lived in San Francisco for a while, but I spent a lot of time in LA. But I guess the difference is that I'll just the way that I've been putting it lately is that New York is full of like artists, people that are making art and creating stuff all the time, and LA is full of both artists and producers and writers and TV and film and
Yeah, but
all the
here they're
industry
not
stuff.
making anything here though. They're just here. They're not
They're
actually
just here.
making
Yeah,
anything.
yeah. Totally.
Oh man.
Yeah,
we
totally.
are such slackers out
But that's the
here.
biggest difference, as you see, because we interview a lot of musicians that migrated to where, Joe? Where did they migrate to?
What, Nashville?
The woods of Nashville.
The woods of Nashville.
Totally, dude. Oh yeah, Nashville's huge.
So it's like Brooklyn got, but you got your start out as being like a DJ. Tell us that like how that is. You're like a party DJ where you like bring records and then like wait.
No, I'm not that cool, dude. I was just see DJs and just laptops and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I'm not that cool.
You are you are way cooler than both of us.
No, you don't need to. Yeah, I definitely was. I mean, yeah, but I was playing clubs. I was playing like 2 a.m., 1 a.m., midnight, whatever, like those kind of sets, and lots of party favors involved, and that was like a chapter. But I always played in bands, like punk bands. I had a band called Young Maserati when I was younger, and
oh, that's a good name.
I played in a couple bands, and that was really fun. That was more punk, like just Northern California punk stuff. Like I grew up with like the guys from like that band Ceremony. I don't know if you know that band.
Cool. Yeah.
And Spiritual Cramp too is another great band too, out of where I'm from. And I mean, yeah, I grew up doing that, and then I slowly just transitioned into writing like more rock and roll music, and then I moved out to New York, and that's where it all kind of took off, I guess, if that's even what we want to call it, taking off.
Well, people are calling you psych folk type music. When you go to buy the record in the record store, they say, "Where is your psych folk selection?" And they point to your record.
It's the only one. We have one section of psych folk. It's right there. Emmett's record is it. That's it.
I'll take it, man. It's better than Deadbeat.
So, and you're making music videos for this album. It's called Whale Milk. It comes out in June, and you're doing what the kids are doing and slowly dropping songs off it every X weeks, right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, man, I'm trying my best to do that. I mean, I'm independent, so I kind of get to do whatever the heck I want. I don't know if I can swear on this, but yeah, I can do whatever the heck I want, and I can just kind of I feel very fortunate in the sense that I don't really have to account to anybody but myself, and so I'm just doing the best that I can and putting out the music as it feels appropriate. And yeah, I'm excited for this record. I'm actually, I've got this record coming out. I've got an album that I'm one of the proudest work I've ever been a part of is this girl Jordana, a friend of mine.
Yeah, and tell us about this star, because we were looking her up, and you're affiliated with that, huh?
Yeah, so I mean, so she has been doing her own thing for years and just killing it, and like super independent, just doing everything herself and with other, some friends or whatever. And then we connected a couple years ago in LA, and we just connected on a level where she was like, "Hey, let's do an album together." So I have a studio upstate New York that I'll be getting rid of shortly and moving to where you guys are. And we took the last year of just kind of closing.
You're moving to Pico Rivera, huh? That's great.
No, dude.
All right.
I thought you guys.
You don't live in Pico.
I actually don't even know. I don't even know where that is.
I don't either, dude. Rivera. It's just a funny city name. It's probably still there.
What are you talking? Pico Rivera is like one of the wealthiest areas in all of Los Angeles. Man. It's on that peninsula out there over by Torrance. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Like
what a
Palos Verdes and all like Pico Rivera. It's all over.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you might want to move there. Hey, it sounds delightful.
Well, everyone wants to move there. It's like every house is worth like $5 million.
Wait, Funkhauser, isn't that what they called you in high school, dude?
Pico Rivera, huh? Yeah, well, that's what happened.
I love this guy's sense of humor.
So anyways, yeah, we did an album last year with my friend Jordana, and then that kind of was like in the midst of that, I was finishing my album, and came up with the name Whale Milk, got some artwork done. I don't know if you guys seen the artwork, but it's definitely
I want to see the artwork. Oh wait, let me see the art.
And your website is legit, dude. Like,
I gotta see it.
Did you? I don't know how you do things like that, but first off, you got the Hulk on there, right? And then you got this collage. Like, it's just a cool, well-built website. Your creativity shines through, Emmett Kai. And
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
Very cool, man. So, Joe, you saw it? Yeah.
Did you see the artwork? Is that what
you're? Yes. Oh my God, this is brilliant.
I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it. You know what? I'll lead the interview for the next 3 minutes. My buddy Dave Dexter, who's from he's an older fella. I'm 31. He's probably in his late 40s, and we connected. He's from Hillsburg, California, which is where I'm from. Well, he's not from there, but that's where I met him when I was a kid. And he basically was always this just rad artist, painter. And I always really thought he was so cool. And then I kind of lost contact with him after, over the years. And then I had this album and I was like, man, I really want to ask him to do some, I've wanted to ask him to do some work with me, whatever. So I reached out to him and I told him the name Whale Milk. And he was all, dude, yeah, let me sit with it for a little while. And he came up and then he called me back a couple days later and he goes, dude, so I'm like, what about I'll do life-size wooden cutouts of you and a whale. And, and we'll have your nipples attached to the whale's nipples and you guys will be like transfusing milk or whatever energy. I didn't even fight him on it. I just was like, dude, as long as you're the one doing it, whatever you want to do, And so we came up with this crazy thing. He sent me maybe like, 25 photos of the thing. And I just cropped it out and called it a day.
Wow, hey man, dude. Artist's gonna art.
Yeah. And if somebody has a vision and they present it to you like that, you just back away and let it happen.
Let it happen.
Wait. What's that? So the easiest thing for people. Oh man, you gotta see this.
Just go to emmettkai.com, dig around in there. You can see it everywhere.
Go. Thank you.
I'll throw it up on the website after we get off the call.
Oh, great. Yeah, please. The whole thing. One of the 25 pictures. We'd love to see it, dude.
Oh, that's so
cool,
fantastic. I love that.
So we're going to play a song now. It's called We Used to Be All Right, and it's the latest one. You have one called Get a Bag, and that one was released a couple weeks ago, right? That's a shorty one too, huh?
Yeah.
So tell us about both of them.
Well, I'll make it quick because I know we only got about 5 minutes left or so, but yeah. Get a Bag was there was a chapter in my life where I tried selling feet photos online, and I was
wait, I have to ask, your own feet or other people's feet photos?
Dude, I was Barry's feet, dude. I was selling Barry's feet photos.
That's where you went wrong. Have you seen Barry's feet? No. It's like a hobbit. He's like a hobbit over here. His feet have never seen either the sun or a razor. It's terrible.
So yeah, no, I was
no. Oh,
I was trying to sell feet photos for a while. It was kind of a cool experience, and it just kind of inspired me to write this song about, whatever people, just the things that we do like on the side just to make money and just how, whatever. There's nothing super deep about it, but that's why it's only like a minute long song, is because it doesn't really, don't make a big fuss about it. It doesn't really have to be too deep.
The hustle culture, it speaks to my heart, man.
Yeah. It's
over here.
It's the economy that we're in, and then We Used to Be All Right was kind of like this, it's a bit of a departure from Get a Bag, but that's all right. And I kind of wrote that song just about kind of, I don't know, walking through the world, and you're like just watching the world kind of fall apart around you, and everything's going crazy, but you're just like super lucid through it all. And it was, I guess, maybe in an attempt to feel like modern times, and to explain what it's like to be living in modern times.
I can dig it, dude. That's cool. Great.
I don't want to get too deep.
We're pretty deep right now. Yeah. I can taste the whale milk right now. We're so deep.
Yeah, I love it. This has been one of our most serious conversations that we've had on our radio.
That's what I try to bring to the table.
I know. I really appreciate you really increasing the level of discussion and discourse in this world that I live in with Barry Funkhauser.
That's why we're here. Yep.
Before we play the song, real quick, I looked in your store. Tell me about what this freak pop hat means.
Dude, I mean, that was the last album that I put out back in 2020 was called Freak Pop Novelty, and I kind of was coined that. Some people told me that I was just like, it was, dude, I was at a party and somebody was like, "Hey, what kind of music do you make?" or whatever, like you get that question, and a buddy of mine just stepped in and was like, "Hold on, I got this. Like, it's kind of like freak pop," and so. I was like, it was COVID. I had just finished an album that I was going to tour, and it's supposed to be a big record. I mean, it was a big record for me. I mean, at my scale, it was a big record, and I couldn't come up with a name, and then I came up with Freak Pop Novelty, and it kind of stuck, and I made, and I think it's kind of cool because it's like a lot of people can kind of, I guess, identify with that in a way.
And Barry, he has limited edition vinyl. It's white opaque vinyl. You gotta get it.
Why don't I just gift you guys some vinyl? You don't have to buy any of it.
No,
yeah, dude,
we gotta support you. We have to support artists.
Hold on, Joe. When Emmett Kai moves to Pico Rivera, we'll show him around, and then he can give us the record. It'll be good.
Okay, we'll go for tacos.
Why don't we make a day out of it? That'll be nice.
We'll go to the beach. We'll have like a nice little spread. It'll be fine.
Yeah, why not?
All right,
Barry will drive.
Always the Uber guy. Dang it. Emmett Kai, thanks for coming on. Your website is Emmett, EMMETTKAI.com. And the song is We Used to Be All Right. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.